Hello, guys. Welcome back to TFD. Well, this whole situation just got a lot more interesting. And honestly, I've got a theory about what's really going on here. Now that it's been reported that the WNBA and, by extension, the NBA owners, because let's be real, all but 2 WNBA owners are NBA owners, are suddenly offering 4 times more guaranteed salary in this new CBA proposal, something isn't adding up. I genuinely believe some of the WNBA players leak this to front office sports to sway public opinion and get fans back on their side. Think about it. The second you start talking about a minimum of $250,000 a year in a league that has never turned a profit, eyebrows go up fast. And let's be brutally honest, before Caitlin Clark arrived, ratings were flat, arenas were half empty, and only a couple of markets could even dream of selling out games. Dallas? Chicago? Not happening. But of course, you're not supposed to bring up facts. Now the league is also trying to pull back team housing, which raises another question. What exactly were these teams footing the bill for? Because some of those behind-the-scenes setups started looking more like reality TV roommate experiments than professional sports accommodations. And sure, big-name players with endorsements have their own homes, but the message here is clear. They're trying to take something away from us. On top of that, starting the season earlier, that feels like a direct attempt to interfere with Project B. Maybe that's their strategy. Cut it off before it gains steam. And honestly, it just might. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. Alexa Filippo just unloaded some major bombs on ESPN with this latest CBA negotiation update. She basically said, yo, new terms just hit the table. Pay attention. Here we go, man. Let's lock in and break this down.
With more on the WNBA CBA negotiations, we have some new developments, and we welcome in our WNBA reporter, Alexa Filippo. Alexa, what more can you tell us about where things stand at the moment?
Yeah, George, well, there was a lot of meeting, a lot of back and forth over the last few weeks in hopes of trying to get some movement as yesterday's extension neared. And I can report that, we saw a report a few weeks ago on the league's proposals to the players. I actually have some updated numbers I'd like to share you all of where the league's latest proposal stands. Right now, they are offering a deal with a salary for players at the maximum with a $1 million guaranteed base, projected revenue sharing, pushing those total earnings for maximum players to more than $1.2 million, sources have told me just now. The average salary projection under this deal, the average salary across the board is projected to exceed $500,000. The minimum salary would be projected to exceed $225,000, sources tell me. And the salary cap would actually increase to $5 million a year, and sources say would be directly tied to revenue growth each year of the CBA. Right now, for a little bit of a frame of reference, the salary cap for 2025 is around $1.5 million. So these are different numbers, updated numbers than we saw from about November 18th when that last deal came out. We don't quite know right now what the players do think of this, obviously. It was not enough to get to an agreement yesterday for a new CBA, so it will be very interesting to see. We know that revenue share and salary cap, that was actually tied directly to revenue growth in the league was very important to them. It's right now, again, unknown what they think of this proposal.
So as y'all can see, man, we are officially back at $1 million. We're right back there. Remember, at first, the max was around $800,000. Then we heard that report claiming $1.1 million, which turned out to be false because that number only counted incentives. Now it's confirmed. $1 million base max salary, no incentives included. And with incentives, we're talking $1.2 million if you're an MVP, All-Star, All-WNBA, all that good stuff. So yeah, players are getting a hefty bag right now. If you're a top baller in this league, you're getting paid real money, and not just one star per team. Multiple players per roster can hit that number. The salary cap jumping to $5 million gives teams way more breathing room. The average salary hitting $500K, minimum salary over $225K. Come on, man, that's big money. People can argue all they want. The numbers don't lie. The WNBA is leveling up. Let's check this article out.
The WNBA has proposed a six-figure base max salary as part of the new CBA agreement, but it's coming at a cost. The league has removed team housing from the proposals submitted to the Women's National Basketball Players Association, including the most recent one. Several league sources told Front Office Sports. Teams have been required to provide players with in-season housing since 2016. The league has also proposed lengthening the season, including an earlier start date that is expected to interfere with the NCAA Tournament and potentially other leagues such as Project B. Okay, if they want to interfere with another off-season league, that's their prerogative. But do I think they're going to get pushback on that, especially considering how much money is at stake in this new league in particular? Absolutely. I have a massive problem with them interfering with the NCAA tournament. That makes zero sense. Why would you do that? A lot of your future stars build their brands in the NCAA tournament. How the hell do you think Caitlin Clark became so popular? Her runs in the NCAA tournament with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Angel Reese, LSU. South Carolina stars, same thing. And in case you haven't noticed, women's college basketball ratings are really damn good, in many cases higher than the WNBA. So I don't know why they'd want to bite the hand that feeds, as the saying goes. And how would this even work with the draft? Players get drafted and immediately start playing with no break? That doesn't make sense. Now, I understand them wanting to get away from college football and the NFL. That makes perfect sense. Let it be noted, I'm calling it right now. Part of this is an effort to escape NFL and college football overlap, and part of it is preparing to expand to 50 games or more. That's coming. They're at 44 now, up from 40. They want 50. When? I'd say within the next 3 to 4 years. By the next CBA, I think we're looking at a 50-game season. The proposed start date for training camp would be as early as mid-March, sources indicated. The current 44-game regular season runs from mid-May to early September. The 2025 WNBA Finals ended on October 10th. Quote, "It doesn't make logical sense." The WNBA declined to comment. The league's latest proposal, reported Monday, was highlighted by salary increases. The base max salary would now be $1 million plus incentives to reach up to $1.2 million. So it's no longer $800,000 or $850,000, it's $1 million. The average salary is projected to exceed $500,000, with a minimum of more than $225,000. The salary cap would jump from $1.5 million to $5 million. Under the most recent proposal, the salary cap would grow automatically with league and team revenue, regardless of targets, closer to what the players have been asking for. They're getting close to a deal here, folks. They really are. But they want this housing issue and this early start issue to play out publicly. I think they want fans back on their side, because fans are now saying, okay, this is plenty of money, sign your damn contract, sign the deal, and go play basketball. Under the current CBA, players have multiple housing options during the regular season and playoffs. Players can either stay in team-provided housing or receive a monthly stipend, which varies by city. Players with children under 13 receive a 2-bedroom unit. That's actually pretty good. The monthly stipend for a player's opting out of team housing ranges from $11.77 in Vegas to $26.47 in New York. The players most affected are those on temporary contracts, who will in many cases be in WNBA markets only for a short time, players like your Ari McDonald's or any mid-season additions. The league is required under the current CBA to use reasonable efforts to secure 30 off-season job opportunities with sponsors or league partners. These employers are permitted to provide off-season housing. Players assigned to team or league marketing agreements are also eligible for off-season housing assistance. The current CBA allows the WNBA to move the start of training camp from April 1st at the earliest, but not more than 30 days before the regular season begins. The season is allowed to run through October 31st. In recent years, training camp has begun at the end of April, weeks after the NCAA Tournament and the WNBA draft. Last October, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert announced the league's decision to increase the regular season to a 44-game slate. The schedule change also included switching to the 7-game playoff format. Multiple sources interpret the WNBA's latest proposal as directly interfering with the NCAA timeline and potentially causing rookies to arrive weeks into the WNBA season. I hate that. I don't like it at all. Prioritization, introduced in the last CBA, requires players to be in market by the start of training camp or face suspension. It's been a major sticking point, particularly impacting international players who prioritize national teams and EuroLeague play. Since the WNBA was founded, it has operated under FIBA's letter of clearance system, allowing players to sign with multiple leagues. It's unclear how further interference with the FIBA calendar would impact the league's global relationships. The league and the Players' Union have not reached an agreement yet. They've just extended negotiations through January 9th.
Okay, there is a lot to unpack here, and I've got to be real, I do not like the interference with the NCAA tournament. That tournament is where the WNBA's biggest stars are built. That's where the hype is created. That's where the audience forms its connection. We've all seen it. Look at Caitlin-Clark. You remember her rookie year? She really exploded after about 2 months, especially after the All-Star break and that Olympic break. When she came back, she flat out took over the league. But here's the thing. I always said she had tired legs before those breaks. A lot of rookies did. They came straight out of the tournament into training camp, and suddenly they're damn near halfway into a pro season. Now, the WNBA wants players to jump ship before their tournament runs are even finished. That is bad business. The NFL has made it a point to play nice with the NCAA. College football and the NFL work together because it benefits both sides. The WNBA should take notes. Playing nice with college basketball is in their best interest, period. And here's another angle. With that earlier start date, I think they're eyeing something else. These 5-game series, they may be gearing up to go full 7-game playoff series across the board. More games, more TV windows, more revenue, and an earlier helps squeeze it all in. And honestly, this feels aimed at Project B too. Maybe the WNBA is basically saying, hey, we don't care about that league, we'll schedule right over it. You're coming back here whether that season is done or not. They're not playing around. These owners said, y'all want money? Cool, but it's gonna cost you. One thing I haven't seen mentioned, revenue share. That 9% number hasn't changed in any proposal. Not the last one, not the one before it, not this one. Let me know what y'all think. Will WNBA players get the revenue share they're holding out for? Or is this a battle the league refuses to budge on? Don't forget, like and subscribe to Daily Updates.